We are talking Broncos winners and losers after NFL preseason week 2, where Denver once again blew a fourth quarter lead and dropped this one 21-20. Now, some stats to throw on screen for you guys because who doesn't love looking at stats? Some numbers that jump out to me though. Jarrett Stidham, him and Ben DiNucci both did not look good, which is why I know the coaching staff cares. They want to win. They want to install a winning culture, and these are definitely good ways to do that. But if Russell Wilson plays all 4 quarters, this is likely a very different game. So I'm not going to get too worked up over the fourth-string defense kind of blowing this game. Now, a lot of really good things came out of this. And so in my recap video that went out like 20 minutes after the game ended, and in this video now, I'm definitely going to forget a play or two. But just before I forget, Elijah Garcia. He's past making the roster. I think he's going to get meaningful snaps. We have some winners. We have some losers to get to. So we're going to get into my winners and losers. But really quickly, quick self-plug. Hit that sub button down below. Lock yourself in for the best free Broncos content all year long. Now, my first winner for this game is Jaleel McLaughlin. There's a bunch of different directions I could have gone, and this is in no real particular order. But the UDFA running back scored 1 touchdown on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air, scored a touchdown last week. That's 3 touchdowns in 2 preseason games. He's making the roster. And like I said in my instant reaction video, we're all past him making the roster, right? And if you've been subscribed for a while, this was someone I said back in May when UDFA signings were done, or right after the draft, to kind of pencil in as maybe a guy that could push for a roster spot. And lo and behold, here we are having a new conversation, which is what's his role going to be like in the offense? Because I don't think it's going to be RB3. I think it's going to be a red zone utility guy, a change of pace back to help ease the workload for Javonte Williams at the goal line and whatnot. I think McLaughlin is not going to be someone who makes the roster and then we just kind of forget about because the preseason's over with. I think he's going to be a contributor for this team in 2023. That's why I have him down as a big-time winner. My first loser is Ben Powers. 2 preseason games in, and the guy was paid a lot of money this offseason to replace Dalton Risner at left guard, and I'm just not seeing it yet. He had a bad game today, I would say, gave up a bad sack, allowed a bad sack, and it's preseason. This is the time to work out the bugaboos and whatnot, but I got to call how I see it. And Ben Powers, through 2 preseason games, it's not just him, it's the whole offensive line. But he, unfortunately, has stuck out to me a little bit more so than the rest of the crew. Powers needs to get it together. Second winner from this game, I'm going to go with Jonathan Cooper. Again, a lot of directions I could have gone here. Elijah Garcia was great on defense. Zach Allen was great on defense. This is 10 seconds of, remember, Zach Allen, he's really good so far in training camp and preseason. But Jonathan Cooper against the 49ers, 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and maybe most importantly, 1 start. He was out there with the first team defense. Really makes you wonder, where does Cooper stand on this depth chart? Because I think it's higher than people like myself believe. And I'm not an anti-Cooper guy. There is someone watching right now who has commented on every video for the last couple of months saying, talk about Jonathan Cooper more. And I haven't been neglecting him for a reason. I just didn't think he'd be this big of a player on the pass rush unit. I'm wrong. Jonathan Cooper so far has been awesome. If we can get him and Baron Browning, a couple Buckeyes, leading the pass rush unit for the next couple of years, that would be an awesome duo. So Jonathan Cooper, if he's not on your radar now, get him on your radar because the guy is making plays this offseason. Now, who was the biggest winner in your eyes from the Broncos in this Week 2 preseason showdown in the Bay Area? Let me know if it's Jonathan Cooper, if it's the UDFA running back, if it's someone else we're going to talk about. Just get down in the comment section and let me know who you think the biggest winner was. My next loser, I'm going to go for a twofer. I'm not even sure if they are losers, actually. But Frank Clark and Randy Gregory playing into the fourth quarter as 8+ year vets says something, right? You don't want to be out there on the field with all the other UDFAs who kind of know their fate. I don't know what the message that Sean Payton is trying to send. If it's, hey, this is not a reflection of where you stand on the depth chart. It's just, Gregory, you missed a lot of time last year. We want to get you snaps. We want to get you reps so that you're up to speed when the regular season gets underway. Or is it why I think they might be losers and Jonathan Cooper and other guys are moving past them on the depth chart, and these two players are slipping back? Like, I was shocked to see number 5 on the field to start the fourth quarter, along with Frank Clark. That blew me away. I'm not quite sure how they're taking this. I don't know if there's a plan in place of, hey, don't overreact. We just want you guys to get into a rhythm, right? We just want you to kind of get some layups in, go against some backup tackles, and start feasting on UDFA left tackles. That way, when the regular season comes around, you're ready to roll. Or if this is a challenge for them. And if it is a challenge, well, two guys that were well paid in the offseason this year and last year did not expect to play in the fourth quarter of preseason football games. That's for sure. Now, if you are not subscribed, once again, I am like Bernie Sanders. I am asking you to subscribe because we're going to get you guys the best content all year long. So consider subscribing. And I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm going to do it because I like you guys so much. If you don't like the content, you can always unsubscribe. It's completely free. So if you like the content, stick around. If you don't, sayonara. Third and final winner tonight. I'm going to go Russell Wilson. You got to talk about the quarterback. It's the NFL. It's how our, brains operate. Quarterback good, quarterback bad. I would say Russell Wilson was good. He was very mobile. He was very athletic. He looked way different than how we saw him last year. Last year was so many flustered plays, times where he was getting caught from behind. This year, barring a Courtland Sutton hold on that one play on the first drive, he was a motorboat. And not that kind of one, but the one that actually moves down the field. Russell Wilson didn't have maybe any big spectacular plays with his arm. He only played one series. And when the rest of the offense goes out for a second series and Sean Payton grabs you by the jersey and says, nope, you're done tonight, I think that says a lot about where Sean Payton views Russell Wilson's progression. Meaning, Russ, I'm playing other guys a long time because they're not at the level I want them to be at. You tonight, I liked what I saw out of the first series. Take a seat. We'll get the vendor down here. Get a bag of peanuts. Sit back and relax and watch the game. So it probably did not go down at all like that. But the point is, Russell Wilson playing just one series, I think is a very good sign as how the coaching staff views his progression so far throughout the preseason, compared to last week when he played 4 series. Now, who was the biggest loser for the Broncos coming out of this game? All in all, I know they lost, and at the end of the day, Sean Payton really wants to win, and he wants to start winning now so that people get in the habit of winning, and it's not some new, distant fairy tale story that they stumble across in the regular season. He wants to get that pattern of winning and success down in the preseason so it trickles through into the regular season. But I am very content with what I saw out of this team. And that was the first team offense drive down the field against a very good 49ers defense. And the first team defense get bent over a little bit to start the game. Don't forget, the 49ers went all the way down the field. They got good players, by the way. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, no Kittle, Brock Purdy was back. But how did Vance Joseph's defense respond? Well, they stiffened up at the goal line. Bend, don't break, and they forced a field goal. So some positives to take away. I'm encouraged. I'm excited about what I saw. It wasn't perfect, but it was good as far as preseason games go. That will do it for us on today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come hang out with us here at the Broncos Breakdown. Consider liking the video, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we will see you later.